Hey, this Judging Waits bringing you some hardcore team deathmatch on one of the new maps, Vertigo. I tell you what, this is probably my favorite map out of the new maps. Now, I have not played Encore, but I do not like Magma, and I do like Studio. You know, that's always going to be a favorite, but I really like this map. This map was just built for an assault rifle with stock, in my opinion. And I tell you what, I would really recommend you running that type of class, especially if you're the type of player that likes to move around. There are so many pieces of equipment to get behind and to move around. You just have to be able to strafe fast. So if you have on stock, that's obviously going to help you do that. Now, speaking of attachments and the class setup, I actually have my entire class in the top right corner of the screen. I'm sure you already noticed it, but there you can see the M27. I've got a stock and a reflex sight attached to that. I've got my SMAW as my secondary. I want to be able to shoot down UAVs if the enemy puts any up. I'm also running Betties and EMP grenades, and the perks are right below that. I have on Hardline, Scavenger, and Engineer. Now, if you would, give me some feedback on that. Is that positioned correctly? Is it too small? Is it too big? Let me know if you want to see that, or if you want to know that, or if I just show that in the beginning and then get away from that. But I kind of did this in Modern Warfare 3 days, but I got away from it when I switched over to Black Ops 2. But I'm thinking about bringing that back because I get a lot of questions on what class I'm running in each video and everything like that. So let me know what you think about that. Now, besides running an assault rifle with stock on it, I wanted to give you some advice for running this map. I would tend to stay out of the middle area. Once you enter in the middle area, you have to watch behind you, and you have to watch left and right and forward. So there's just too much stuff to watch in there. So I would stick to the outside of the map and just keep making my way around it. And then watch how you approach areas. See this? You know, there's a guy just sitting there waiting for you to pop out so he can shoot you. So make sure you're aimed down your sights as you come around the corners. And I swear they make things look like there's people there. I don't know if game developers do that on purpose, but there are so many areas that it has the appearance or the silhouette of a person, and that's usually where a person camps at. So I don't know, it drives me nuts. I found myself actually shooting at things, not sure if there was actually a person there or not. But there you see me throw a Betty in a high traffic area. I would really recommend throwing those Betties out in those type of areas. I have on Scavenger so that I can resupply those. Somebody was making fun of me about how I use Betties in another video, but it's true, man. Those things are great. You're going to get free kills from them, or somebody's going to destroy them or hack them, and you're going to know that the enemy is behind you or in that direction of where you laid that Betty. Now, if I wasn't running Betties, I definitely have C4 equipped. There are so many little areas where you can get behind something and just toss that C4 right over and kill somebody. I think this would just be the perfect map to do that on. Now, I want to apologize for what I'm about to say. I'm about to go off on a little rant and complain about something that Treyarch does or doesn't do, and I don't want it to seem like I'm bashing Treyarch, though I would like to bash this guy sitting back there laying down in the corner. I mean, it's a new map. Get out. Check it out. Don't be sitting there in a corner. That drives me nuts. But hey, I guess that's the way they want to play it. But back to my ranting or whatever, I guess my other rant. You know, I am very disappointed with Treyarch in how they approach hardcore. And like I said, I want to be careful about how I word this because it does no good to just go off on a rant and tell people off and get mad at like David Vonderhaar or tell him off or anything like that over something you don't like. That's not going to help anything. It's not constructive. It doesn't serve any purpose but just to let off steam for you. So I don't want it to appear that I'm doing that. But here's what it feels like a lot of times when you play hardcore. It feels like you're the redheaded stepchild almost. You know, it's like they set up everything for core and then they just add some things and switch some things for hardcore. It's like they don't give it a lot of thought, and that's probably because, you know, there's not a large portion of people playing hardcore, but still it kind of feels that way. And I know this is like an add-on. This is not the way the game is meant to be played, so that probably explains a lot of it. But it seems like hardcore is growing, and I think it would just benefit and make a lot more people happy if there was just a little bit more thought given to things. And let me give you an example. You know, when we get the new maps, you know, we have to play them in the regular playlist. We don't even get a special playlist just to play the new maps. And I understand, you know, there aren't as many people playing this and they feel like there's going to be some issues that way. But you know what? Let's try it out. I would really appreciate just being able to play the new maps. I don't care if you do a mosh pit. I don't care if you just do team deathmatch. I just want one ability just to play the new maps without having to wait through all the other maps and everything, especially when this first comes out. To give you some other examples of what I'm talking about too is, I paid for the hardened edition and I pre-ordered it and I was supposed to get Nuketown 2025. I haven't been able to play Nuketown 2025 on hardcore until just recently here. So it seems like they kind of missed the ball or dropped the bomb with us. Another thing that I'm thinking about is like the Guardian. I wonder if they really play test hardcore. It seems to me like if they were playtesting and somebody used the Guardian, they would have been like, oh wow, this isn't like it should be functioning. This is just killing people left and right. So maybe we should tone this down. Now they did catch that eventually and they did tone it down, but I just wonder how they missed it right at the beginning. Or like with the Warthog, that is just like a useless streak when it comes to hardcore. Or not being able to play league play. Some friends, I was watching their video of some league play and they were joking around that I wasn't playing, because I was playing hardcore league play. There isn't hardcore league play, so it's just kind of a little bit frustrating, not being able to access certain things. But I get it, I understand that this is not the way the game is meant to be played, so I can't do that much complaining. But, it still feels like I said, you're the redheaded stepchild when you're playing hardcore. So that's the end of my rant, and if I've said any of this before, I apologize, but every time new maps are released, I just kind of go back to this and get these same feelings all over again. So like I said, sorry about that. Just had to get that off my chest. Let me know what you think about that, though, especially if you are a hardcore player, and I know the majority of people that do watch my gameplays and everything like that probably are hardcore players, so I'm curious as to what you guys think. But hope you like this. I'll be putting up gameplay from each of the new maps here pretty soon, so make sure you stay tuned. If you did like this, I would really appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up, and you can just ignore that rant if you didn't like that, but let me know, either way. As always, guys, take care and God bless.
Hostile care package inbound.